first impressions that you have? What are the very first sights, sounds, images, or feelings that you have on the surface?
My feet are um they're skipping on the sand.
How does the sand feel? Is it warm or cold? Can you feel the sand on your feet?
My feet felt dry.
Mm.
And
And as you look around you, where are you today? What do you see as you look around and expand your view?
there's not a whole lot here.
Mm-hmm.
There are people here. There's no structures here though.
Tell me about the people. Can you see what they look like? Or maybe what does their complexion look like? Are they tan or lighter skinned?
There's just I keep seeing this man.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a like it almost looks like a long flag he's wearing. He has brown hair, and actually he has like a crown on his head.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more
It's,
about the clothes he's wearing.
it's red and gold.
Does this man seem familiar to you?
No, I've never seen him.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he is friendly towards me though.
I'd like for you to look down at your feet. Describe your feet to me. Are you wearing shoes or anything on your feet? Are they big or small?
My feet are dry with like chalky sand all over the front of them. I have no shoes on. They're small, like a child's feet.
What is the complexion of the feet?
Brown,
And as you look up the body, what are you wearing today? What are you clothed in?
just very simple white or tan-ish, like off-white. Just something simple over me.
I'd like for you to look at your hands. Are you carrying anything with you today? Do you have any items with you?
I do see a jar.
Oh, what is in the jar? Is there anything in the jar?
No, it's empty.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel like the jar is for?
For fetching water.
Mm. Is that what you do? Do you fetch water?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about this man. You said that he's friendly towards you. Do you go with him or are you here with him today? Did he bring you here?
He seems like he's with other people, talking to other people.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really paying attention to me, but I do have this feeling that I'm with him.
Do you know why you came here today or what your purpose for coming here is?
Well, he was talking to people. I came along with him.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to hear what they're saying?
He's talking about, well, I'm getting two things. One, he's talking about building something.
Mm-hmm.
He's also talking about the Maggie, Magus, Magus,
Mm-hmm.
Magus.
Vegas. Do you know what that is? A Vegas? Vegas?
I think he's talking about a magician.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
And you.
think he thinks he's going to get this magic guy to build his temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is this place, is it on the water? Is it like a beach or what is this? As you look around the landscape, do you see anything else?
No, not much.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a knowing that there is some sort of water close by.
Okay. Do you feel like, or can you see, is there a city or a town close?
Not that I can see. There's not much around here. But I do now see a well.
Mm-hmm. You see a well,
A well.
a wall. Mm-hmm. How did you guys get here today? Did you walk here or come by cart or buggy or boat?
We walked.
Mm-hmm. Was it a far journey for you guys?
No.
Tell me where you walked from. Can you describe the place that you came from?
Yes, now I'm seeing this cobblestone like walkway and this very old looking, almost like a church. Looks
Mm,
like an old church.
that sounds interesting. Tell me more about this church. What does it look like out front of the church? Is there a walkway or a bridge that leads up to it or?
It's it's a it's almost like on a hill, but
Mm,
comes down to where I'm standing now. There is a walkway and an almost like archway,
mm-hmm.
but there's no roof.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And this church, do you know what religion is practiced there or is it a temple or?
There is a rabbi inside. He's old.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in this dwelling inside of this. It's not really a built structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a cave. And the structure around it is built outside of it.
I see. And this rabbi, is he familiar to you? Does he greet you? Do you know him?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Do you call him anything when you greet him?
that's interesting because I was getting the word like Maxis.
Okay, Maxis. Do you come here often to see Maxis?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, he's a prophet.
I see. Mm-hmm.
He's my father's prophet.
Your father's prophet. Who's your father? Is he one of the men that was with you?
Yeah, he was the man with the color on,
I see.
the blue and the gold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And your father, is he somebody important?
He is.
Do you know what? Is he like a ruler or a king or something?
Maybe over just this area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what do you do when you go to see the rabbi today, this at this church?
He teaches me to read
No. What are you reading? Do you know what you're reading? Can you tell?
their scrolls.
Well, that's interesting. What do the scrolls look like?
They're rolled up. They have string keeping them. There's many of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're
You
put in this hole in this wall of this cave.
do you recognize the writing on these scrolls?
No,
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the one that you're reading today, do you know what it happens to be about? Can you feel into that?
something about gold and elements, and
Mm-hmm.
the writing is of symbols,
I see.
of lines and V's and curves, hooks, and they're in lines.
Would you say that maybe the writing is similar to that of like a geometry or something like that, like sacred geometry? Does it look like something like that, or more of a language using symbols?
Just very simple lines
Mm-hmm.
and curves.
I see. Okay. And you're reading about the gold.
And a
And
bird.
mhm.
There's a bird in the story. It's a story.
No.
It's a lesson.
Uh-huh.
It's about a raven and about a warning.
What warning? Do you know?
It has to do with the end of time.
And what does the raven and the gold have to do with that? Do you know what the connection is?
I think I do. The warning, the ravens, the warning, and
Mm-hmm.
the gold is being gathered and hidden because it's what is needed to escape,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know, I feel like it's foolish.
You said Polish?
Foolish. This
Uh,
foolishness is how I
like it's a story,
feel the story.
a fun story. I see.
I
Is
don't
your
think I get it. I don't get the story.
mm-hmm. Does he explain it to you, the rabbi? Does he try to explain this to you, or is it just something just to for learning?
No, yes, he's trying to teach me.
Mm-hmm. And is your dad there with you, or is it just you and the rabbi?
Just me and the rabbi.
And do you live close to here? Do you stay close to here?
Kind of.
Tell me about the place you live when you stand out front of it, the place that you live. Is it a big place or a small place?
It's high,
Mm-hmm.
but we're building a new place.
Oh, is that what you were talking of? Your dad was talking about maybe earlier?
That's where he is, yeah.
Ah,
Arranging this new place.
mm-hmm. And the place that you live now, tell me what does it look like out front? Is it made out of mud or stone or brick? What's it made out of? Wood?
It's made out of stone.
Mm-hmm. What
It
is
is
it?
made out of trees too. It has logs for it does have a roof.
Mm-hmm.
And there's material that hangs from maybe even is the walls.
Mm-hmm.
It's red. The red, red.
Red? What is red? The wall is red or the material?
The material is red.
Uh-huh. Describe the material to me. Is there a symbol on it? Is it like a wall hanging or
Much like my father had on.
mm-hmm. Is that symbolic of something like the place that you guys live or the country or region?
It must be.
Do you see are there any symbols on there?
There is a symbol and it's in gold.
Mm-hmm. What does the symbol look like?
There's a circle
Uh-huh.
and then there's a top part with a circle on top of the part. It's almost like a cross with a circle in the middle.
I see. And as you look around this place that you live, your house, when you walk in, do you get the feeling that is there anybody else that lives there with you? Like maybe your mother or siblings? Who else stays in this house with you?
I see a boy.
Uh-huh. And is this your brother?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And do you see anybody else?
No.
You're smiling. Is this boy familiar to you now?
Yes.
Mm. Tell me about him.
I'm protective of him.
Mm. What do you call him?
David.
Does David call you anything? What does David call you?
Sarah.
Mm. You guys are close.
Yes.
What do you and David spend most of your time doing?
Playing and running around.
Mm-hmm. It sounds
I'm a lot more mature than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I must be his big sister and protect him.
Tell me more about the house. If you were to go into the kitchen, I'd like to hear about your kitchen area. How is food prepared in this time and place?
I don't think there is a kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Where does the food get prepared?
It's, well, there is a little covered area and there's just a bowl
Mm-hmm.
and there's a fire not close to the bowl, but the bowl. And I think I'm supposed to get water for that bowl.
I see. Do you prepare the food, Sarah, or normally in this house? Or do you have people
I
that help
have.
you?
I
Uh,
have prepared food, yeah.
mm-hmm.
But I spend a lot of time with the rabbi.
Mm-hmm. What kind of food do you guys typically eat in this region and time?
Bread,
Uh-huh.
some sort of flat looking bread,
Uh-huh.
wheat, maybe fruit.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we eat meat.
Okay. And as you sit around the table enjoying a meal, anybody who's a part of your family or who lives in that house, you'll see them with you there now. Besides your father and David, is there anybody else that typically joins you for meals?
Not that I see.
Mm-hmm. What does your father spend most of his time doing when he's not with you guys?
Planning,
Mm-hmm.
working. He's planning, he's creating an entire city.
Wow, that's a big responsibility.
Hmm.
Hi, Sarah. I want you to stay with me and follow the sound of my voice. And we're just going to move forward a little bit. We're going to drift and float forward, staying with this lifetime. Let's move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important, a day when something significant is happening. We've now moved forward to an important day. I'd like for you to tell me, what do you see as the scene comes to focus? What are the first sights, sounds, and images that you hear or feel around you?
Oddly, I see it's a celebration. There's a parade almost like of people celebrating and they have palms like you would do on like Palm Sunday or something. I don't know.
Ooh, I'd like you to feel into the body. And can you tell me, like, has a lot of time passed? Are you much older now, or are you still a child?
Oh no, I'm older.
Mm,
I'm 20s.
okay. Well, what is being celebrated today? Can you tell what is being celebrated?
It's some sort of day of remembrance of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are you wearing today as you look down at your body? What are you clothed in today?
I have my head covered and I'm wearing just a long, simple white dress,
Uh-huh.
but it's tied at my hip.
Uh-huh. Are you part of this celebration? Are people here to celebrate you? Or is this maybe some sort of a ceremony by chance? A wedding or something perhaps?
I'm not part of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just watching it.
I see.
They're dancing, celebrating. There's a lot of people, a lot of yelling, but they're all happy.
What are the people wearing? Are they dressed similar to you with head coverings and dresses?
There's more men than I don't see any women, and
Uh-huh.
they don't seem to have their heads covered, but many of them are old men.
Um, when you get home, what do you do when you get home? Do you still stay with your father? Has he built the new home that you guys live in?
He has. He has.
What does it look like?
It's it's pretty nice.
Uh-huh.
It's not far from the old rabbi's place. But I don't think the old rabbi's there anymore.
No. Does that make you sad?
Yes, yes.
Do you ever still go there, or does anybody else continue your teachings or trainings?
David does.
I see. Hmm. What is happening now?
I think we might live here.
Who lives there?
David and I. We live in this place where the old rabbi lived.
Hmm. Why
We
don't
don't
you?
live with our father. No,
Why not?
I'm not sure. I feel like he feels that, or maybe he's mad that I sell stuff.
Uh-huh. Hmm. This place that you and David are staying, is there a roof now? You said before there wasn't a roof. Does this place protect you guys from the weather and stuff? Or
It does.
mm-hmm.
It's built more.
I see.
Yeah, it's
Is it
nice.
it is nice. Okay.
Yes.
And what do you guys do with most of your time when you're not selling things? What is happening? Do you have an occupation or something that you do in this town you live in?
We read a lot of the scrolls
Uh-huh.
and teach.
I see. Tell me more about David. How does he teach? He teaches children and people who come for service, or is it more of like a school?
Actually, David is more of my helper,
I see.
but he is the one who gathers the people
Uh-huh.
to come and learn.
Does your father ever come?
No,
No. Does he not agree with this?
that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. I see. So would you say that the relationship with your father is estranged?
Not really.
Okay.
Just differences.
Mm-hmm. And are you teaching what the rabbi had taught you?
Yes.
And what does that mostly entail?
The stories and lessons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I'd like you to stay with me, and we're going to leave this scene now. I'm going to leave this scene, Sarah, and move forward. I'm going to drift and float forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important. When something is happening, we've now moved forward to an important day in this lifetime. What is happening as the scene comes to focus? Tell me what it is that you see.
There are people here to get David
Why?
because they say this is no place for him, but he has to go and be with my father
Why is that? Why can't he stay with you?
because this is not his place. His
Where is
place is with his father.
uh-huh. What about you?
I don't think David is anything like them.
Who are the people that are taking David?
They're my father's people.
Hmm. And they don't take you, they just take David?
They don't want me. They only want David
Why is that?
because he is an heir. I am not.
Hmm. What happens when they take David?
David doesn't want to go.
Are these man are they manhandling him? Are they rough with David?
Yes, I'm rough with him too.
Uh-huh. And
There's other women with me now.
uh-huh.
They make the linens and garments, and we do well. We do well financially now.
Mm-hmm.
But without David, we won't do as well
Why is that? Why is David important to that?
because he is a man. No one will do business with us
I
without
see.
David.
Can you talk to
But
your father?
no, I'm mad at him now. Furious.
What is happening now? Do they take David? Or is he able
He's
to
gone.
escape them?
He's gone. He went to live with him.
What do you do now?
Worry.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to find another helper, another man that is not David to do business on your behalf?
These women, they know men. They will have one of their brothers or husbands come and try to help, but I don't trust any of them.
Mm-hmm.
They will
Yeah.
try to take our business that we made together, me and David.
Are you sad now? Do you miss David?
Yes, it's terrible.
Can you go and see David?
I could.
What happens if you go to see David?
My father will make fun of me
Why?
for reading my scripture and working like a man.
What does your father want you to do?
To be a woman
Uh-huh.
and to be available, to be a wife.
Is there anybody that you're betrothed to or that he wants to betroth you to?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
And if I do, I can stay with David.
how do you feel about that?
I won't. I won't do it
Why?
because I don't need a man. I
Mhm.
have a business and a home, and I have friends, and all that will go away. I
This
won't
man,
even be able to live here.
mm, this man wouldn't let you keep your business or help you with your business?
I don't think women are to have businesses.
Yeah.
David was our man who was the face of our business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you go to see David, is it different? Does he miss you?
He won't talk to me.
Why?
It's a shame.
Well, what is he
He
ashamed?
doesn't know what to say.
Uh-huh. Is he able to talk?
He was, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's sad.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. He doesn't have a meat bone in his body.
Uh-huh. Are they nice to him here or do they treat him poorly? Your
Other
father.
men make fun of him. He's
Why? Why?
soft.
Because he's soft?
Yes.
Well,
He's
that's okay.
not a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a builder. He's more of a businessman.
Well, is it running a country or a town? Isn't that a business?
My father will use him for this.
Mm-hmm. Do you say anything to your father when you go to visit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell me about that.
I yelled at him and told him, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to my business? How can you do this to my brother? You never even came to us and never wanted nothing. Now you take him.
What does he say?
He laughs and he just calls me a woman or girl, girl. Tells me to go read my scriptures. He makes fun of me.
How does that make you feel?
Mad.
What happened with you guys? He seemed so fond of you as a child and you of him. How did your relationship get to this point?
I had to do everything by myself. I became strong.
Yeah, because he was busy with the business and building.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't have a mother.
Why?
I
Where
don't,
is your mother?
I don't know. I never had one.
Okay. Let's leave this scene again and let's move forward again. We'll move forward again to another day that is important in this lifetime and Sarah's lifetime. Just fast forwarding through time and space. We've now moved forward to an important day in this lifetime. The scene is focusing. Tell me what it is that you see, hear, or feel around you.
I think I'm pregnant.
No? How do you feel about that?
Uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. So are you married now, sounds like, or
I am.
did you marry the man that your father wanted you to marry, or?
I don't think I did,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think so. I think he is my choice.
I see. Tell me about your husband. What does he look like?
He's handsome.
Uh-huh. Look into his eyes. Do you recognize his soul?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. What
Maybe
color's his
not.
hair?
What color is his?
His hair? What color's his hair?
His hair is brown.
Uh-huh.
It's wavy. He's kind.
Do you know what you call him?
No,
It's fine. You don't have to focus on that. How far along pregnant are you? Is your baby bump, is it a big, you have a big stomach, or are you early on in the pregnancy?
it's big.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're gonna have a boy or a girl? What do you think you're going to have?
I hope to have a boy.
Yeah.
All women hope to have a boy.
Mm-hmm. Is that important during this time?
Must be.
Do you still see David or your father at all, or do you live close to there?
No,
Uh-huh.
no.
Where do you live now? Have you gone far away?
I think just not too far, but far enough. I must be in or near the town that I used to sell the linens and the garments.
I see. And this place that you stay now with your husband, tell me about the place you guys live. Is it a big place or a small place?
Mm, It's it's a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Who stays in the house with you? Is it just the two of you, or does anyone else live in your home?
There is maybe his sister, his mother. There's family of his.
Uh-huh. Have you guys been married for a long time, or is this a new marriage?
Been married a long time.
Yeah. You're happy with him?
I am happy. I'm content.
Once the baby is born, can you tell me if you've had a girl or a boy?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. That's fine. What does the baby look like?
Looks like David.
Mm-hmm. Dark hair or light hair?
Medium. Just a little bit of hair.
What happens when you give birth to the baby? Is there a lot of people there?
No, just maybe my sister-in-law.
Uh-huh. Do you know what you call the baby?
I want to call him David.
Is that the name that you guys agree on?
Yes,
Mm. Are you happy?
I am. But I do miss my brother David.
Yeah. When was the last time that you saw him? Has it been a long time?
Oh yeah, at least 10 years.
I'm sorry. I know how close you guys were. And your son, David, as he grows older, tell me about him. Tell me a little bit about him.
He's a good boy, and he builds with his father. They're
Uh-huh.
builders.
Oh, what kind of things do they like to build?
His father builds for the city that we're in. And little David, he just builds with wood, plays like he's like his father.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any more children?
I believe I do.
Mm-hmm. How many?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you sense a boy or a girl? Another boy or girl?
I definitely sense older boys.
Uh-huh. And they are your children?
They are.
I see. But David is special to you?
He's the youngest.
Uh-huh. What do you do with your time? Do you ever sell your linens again or?
No, I don't believe I do. But I
Mm-hmm.
believe I still make them, but we send them to be sold.
I see. Well, that's still good. You still are able to kind of own a business.
And the sister-in-law, she has been helping me.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
make a lot of money doing that?
we make good money.
That's good.
We don't suffer.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'd like you to follow me again. We're going to move forward. This time, we're going to move forward to the last day of your life. We are going to move forward to the last day in this lifetime that we are watching. And as the scene comes to focus, I'd like for you to tell me what is happening and what it is that you see. As you look around, do you see anything around you?
People
Mm-hmm. What are they doing?
building.
Mm-hmm. And as you feel into the body, is the body much older?
I am older.
Is the body well?
I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. Who is there with you today? Are you in a city or are you at a place?
I'm in the city. There's a lot of dust, a lot of dirt, building.
Mm-hmm. Are you with your husband or children or are you alone today?
I am just walking in the city alone.
Mm-hmm. Where is your husband?
He's no longer with us.
I see. And your children, have they moved away?
Yes,
It's just you.
and my sister-in-law.
Hmm. What are you doing here at this place today?
I'm looking for someone.
Uh-huh. Who are you looking for?
I think one of my children.
Which one?
I keep thinking I'm looking for David.
Mm-hmm. And do you find him?
He's a builder.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Do you find
wow.
what is happening?
He is a builder for his uncle David.
I see. Your brother?
Yep.
Did you ever reconnect with him?
No.
Mm-hmm. Does he know that that is his brother his uncle that he works for?
No.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel?
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Do you ever think about going to see David again?
David is no longer with us either.
I see.
Only his kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Is it a big kingdom?
Maybe it will one day be.
What is happening now? Do you find your son?
No,
Mm-hmm. What are you
but
doing?
my chest does hurt.
Uh-huh. What is happening to your chest?
It's tight.
We can just experience this as an observer. You don't need to endure any physical discomfort at this time. What is happening to your chest?
My hand is on my chest.
Uh-huh. Are you having a heart attack?
I believe I might. I cannot breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And I fall to the ground. There's all these people around me.
Do you see your son?
He is coming. Yes. He's lifting me up.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
He's bringing me back to my home.
Uh-huh. Do you pass at your home? Why are you crying?
Just looking at David.
Mm-hmm. You have a special connection, don't you?
Because of my brother.
Mm-hmm.
He became like my brother.
Does he say anything to you in this moment?
No, just our eyes are meeting.
Now whatever has happened has happened. We are now going to move on to the other side of it. From that position, you can look back at the entire life of Sarah and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at that life, what did you learn from it?
That Sarah was so strong. She didn't just be who everyone wanted her to be.
Mm-hmm.
And she loved David so much. She like transferred that love into her youngest son.
What was the purpose of Sarah's life?
She was not a woman of her time, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a lot of women like she. She was strong and relentless, but still loving. She had good balance, but she suffered as well. She sacrificed a lot,
Yeah, she did.
but for herself.
After Sarah passes on the spirit side, what happens? Does anything happen? Does anybody come forward to greet you?
And sitting with someone on a rock by a river.
Do you know, or does a person feel familiar to you? Who are you sitting with?
I think it is David.
Look into his eyes for me. Is that who you feel like it is?
He looks different, but it is David.
Yeah, the soul will be the same. What does David say to you? What are you guys doing?
He seems to know more than I do here.
What are you going to do?
Wait,
He waits with you.
for now.
Does he always greet you after your lifetimes?
I believe he does.
Hmm. You guys have a special connection, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
For someone,
Hmm.
I'm not sure who, child,
A child.
partner.
And what is going to happen when they come?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe David knows.
What does he say?
Tells me, why do I have to know everything?
hmm. And when they arrive, the person that you're waiting for, you see them now.
My heart is uncomfortable.
You can let go of that. You don't need to experience any physical sensation. Just relax and know that you have no physical pain. Just let it go. You can let go of any discomfort in the body. And the person arrives that you were waiting for. Were you waiting for them to finish a lifetime? Or are they taking you somewhere?
I believe that we're waiting for each other.
Mm-hmm. They're here now, the person you were waiting for. Who do you see?
It's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even look like from where I just came.
I see. When you look into her eyes, do you recognize her soul?
I think it's my little girl, my little Kinsley.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys do when you guys meet up?
I take her hand. She's still a child, though.
Uh-huh. I know you still with David.
Yes.
Where are you guys going now?
Just waiting
What else are you waiting for?
for the others.
Is there a lot of others?
David says yes.
You guys have a big soul family?
There's more. Many more.
Mm-hmm. What is the reason that you wait for them? What will happen once they arrive? Then what?
I don't know. And we will return together
Return where?
into the next life, to
Mm-hmm.
another third dimension.
Do you always go to a third dimension or do you ever go to other dimensions?
I don't think that I've been to another dimension
Mm-hmm.
than the one that I am in right here with David.
Do you guys always choose your life experiences together?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you only go to Earth or do you go to any other planets in the third dimension?
We are on another planet.
You are what?
We are on another planet.
Okay, what's that other planet?
I don't know the name.
Oh, what does it look like?
There's water
Mm-hmm.
and the rocks. It's much like Earth, but less flat.
Look up at the sky. What color's the sky?
It's a dark blue, like the deep of the space.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any sun or moon or anything different than Earth?
I don't see a sun.
Mm-hmm.
I just see a moon, two lower moons.
Two. I'd like for you to look down at your feet for me. What do you see when you look down at your feet?
Sand.
Do you see your feet? Do you have a physical body?
I don't have feet.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Do you have a physical body or no?
I do not.
Are you a color or an energy?
Perhaps. I'm small.
Mm-hmm. What do you do in this place? What else would you like to explore or go?
There's water. But it is It's not coming to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could walk into the water.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that. When you walk into the water, then what do you do?
We can just be in the water.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Does the water heal you or have special energies, or is it just water?
It's just like walking on the sand.
Yeah.
It's just like walking anywhere. Just part of where we live.
You live here in this place?
The water.
I see. You live in the water?
I do.
Mm-hmm. What do you do in the water?
Swim.
Are you
Go
in a,
down.
are you a sea life form?
Kind of.
Uh-huh.
But yet I have consciousness.
I see. Tell me about that. What do you do with your time?
We build
Oh, what do you build?
structures,
Mm-hmm.
crafts,
Crafts. What kind of crafts?
vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about that.
So we could get to one place to the other. So we can survive outside of the water.
Uh-huh. What do the crafts look like?
Small.
What are they made out of?
I'm not sure. An element
Mm-hmm. Could you describe the element or tell me more about the element?
is a silver metal,
Mm-hmm.
sleek. It molds however we want it to.
Uh-huh. And when you're in this craft made of this special element, what do you do? Where do you go?
Outside of the water
To where?
to explore,
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about that. Where do you like to go explore in this craft?
see the stars and the moon, and the sky.
Do you go to other planets?
No, just explore.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the inside of the craft. I'd like to explore that with you. What does it look like inside the craft?
Just almost like windows. You can see all the way around.
Mm-hmm. How does the craft fly?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Just relax as you go exploring. So relaxed now. Can I go explore with you?
Sure.
Where is it that we would go today?
We could go to the terminal.
Oh, tell me more about the terminal. That sounds interesting.
And arrive at the terminal where other people arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Sleek, light. I think I've been here before
Mm-hmm.
and dream.
Do me a favor again and look down at your feet for me. What do you see this time when you look down at your feet?
I don't have feet.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a body?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Can you look at your hands? What would be your hands?
Yes.
And tell me about them.
They don't look like human hands.
That's fine. What do they look like?
Webbed, weird, reptilian looking hands.
Mm-hmm. And the skin?
Scaled, sticky.
Mm-hmm. Do you wear a clothes on this body, or
No,
is this your form when you're not in human form?
no.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. What did we do when we arrived at the terminal today?
Explore.
How does the terminal help us go explore?
Oh, we're just arriving to the terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Could go through the terminal and explore the different places that you can go.
Where is it that you can go?
Anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm. And how does the terminal help you get there? Does it propel you there or does it send you there somehow? Tell me about that.
You just walk right into this wing and you will just drop down into where you want to go.
Mm. Where do you want to go today?
Go wherever you want, to the earth, to the planets that are far away, to the time, the past, and the future, all of the places and all the whole universe.
Well, I'll let you decide. You take us where you want to go today. What's the first thing that pops in your mind that you want to go?
To today in 2023,
Why now?
return home.
Mm-hmm. I'd like you to follow me, follow my voice.